on the long-stalled Pokuase-Nsawam road project after intense public pressure and threats of a nationwide strike by commercial transport operators. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union of the Trades Union Congress and the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council had raised concerns that the deplorable condition of the road was driving up their cost through constant vehicle repairs, frequent spare parts replacements, and reduced vehicle lifespans. The unions say their recent meeting with the Minister for Roads and Highways ended with assurances that the stretch would be fixed within 6 weeks, a deadline that has since passed without any visible progress. In the meantime, the road has become a dust trap, choking residents and workers with air pollution. Now, during rainfall, the highway worsens into a flood zone, making it nearly impassable for commuters. Now, my colleague Philip Nilate has been sent to the road and is currently stationed there. We'll engage him on what exactly he can see and report. Good evening to you, Philip. I'm grateful to you for joining us. What is the current state of that road? We are told that some work has begun over there. Can you update us on the current state of the Pokuase-Nsawam road?
Charles, good evening, and good evening to our viewers. Where I'm stationed, currently located, is the satellite junction along the Pokuase-Nsawam highway. Last week, if you came here, no vehicle was able to use this stretch, especially this portion of the road, because of how deplorable it was. And we had water filled up this place as a result of a downpour on Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening. But just on Saturday and Sunday, we understand that the contractors resumed work. For that reason, they've been able to fill up this place with some gravels to ease mobility on the stretch and also get motorists to also ply on the stretch freely. But that is not the full solution that motorists are asking that at least these contractors should put in place. We also understand that when you go to the some side of the road, as of today, the contractors also moved in to address the situation on the road. If you came here last week, no vehicle was able to use this stretch, and that there was gridlock here. But today, it looks like the situation has eased a bit, and motorists are able to move freely on this stretch. But there is a bigger problem, which is that they are not able to move on the stretch with a speed that ideally they would go with, but they are moving at a very snail pace. The Member of Parliament for Amasaman, the jurisdiction in which this a larger part of the project falls, said the Mapenyo will join me shortly. So now you can join me to let us understand what really the contractors have been telling him when they resume work on this road. When did they resume work? Whether they've given him some assurances that they will be going on with the project for a very long time to ease the traffic or the gridlock on the stretch. Hello, sir, you are welcome to Channel One Newsroom.
Thank you.
Current situation on the project, what was done over the weekend and today, and what have the contractors been telling you?
Well, as you rightly said, Saturday in the morning, I realized some work was being done here. Sunday, I went to church. When I came back, they were still here working. Today, they've moved to Sapeman and then Samsam Junction. I drove to Samsam. I realized that they've done a bit of filling. Sapeman, they've done a bit of leveling, or let me say reshaping, and a bit of filling. So what we see now is a situation we've not seen in the past 2 months. I've never seen vehicles drive at this speed in the past 2 weeks. There's always traffic here. So this is actually an improvement of what we saw last week.
And per your conversation or discussion with the contractors, what is the plan for the road in the coming days? And now that the motorists or the GPRTU has given stern warning to these contractors that fix the road, what has been the assurances you've gotten from the contractors?
Well, the engineers I spoke to this morning told me they are hoping to finish this stretch, as in the filling and the leveling of the road, by close of this week. That is, if there is no rain, they are likely to finish this site. move to the other side, asphalt it for us, and then move traffic flow to the other side, and then they can focus on this side and do some work here.
But how has the monitoring been like for you as the member of parliament for you? Because I can see that most of the motorists that are passing by keep saying that the road is in a very bad state and it should be fixed. What is the monitoring mechanism like to ensure that the road is made motorable early?
So I try to get in touch with my minister, the sector minister. I try to get in touch with the engineer. Some weeks back, we actually had a meeting. The 3 MCs that have been affected by this road and myself, we had a meeting with the engineer, and we were assured that something will be done. But then nothing was done till this weekend, when I want to believe money has been paid into the accounts. That is why they are back on the road. But with the assurance they are giving me, I hope we don't see the work stalling again. I hope we don't see it stall. I try to drive here every night to ascertain situation for myself, because I have a lot of calls from media houses and I need to tell them what the real situation is. So I drive on this road sometimes 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because that is the only time you wouldn't see much traffic here. So I try to come here, get the real situation on the ground, then I can report to my sector minister and then other media houses who are interested in what is happening on this road.
Over the weekend, we saw on social media that some motorists are using inner roads. So from Nsawam, they use the inner road to Pokuase. Can you share with us these inner roads and other plans to do some sort of reshaping for the inner roads to ease the burden on this road as the construction goes on?
All right. So because of the situation here, as of last week, the constituency had started, or let me say the municipal assembly and myself has started doing reshaping on the outskirts of the roads. So when you are coming from Nsawam, you can either use mid-air through Ajinkotoku, Kwashikuma, 3 Junction to Amasaman, or you use Sonitra Road to the Pokuase interchange. Or you can use some Junction through Pokuase, Mayura, and then get to Pokuase. We did that to ease the pressure on commuters because the situation on this road was so bad, and we had to create alternative routes and make it better for vehicles that move to and fro this road, use the alternative roads. Yeah.
So with the alternative roads, is it that you've just done reshaping or other plans to eventually do some sort of asphalt on these roads?
Well, we are hoping the roads will be tarred, but for now, what we can do as a municipality is to reshape them for now. I don't think as a municipal assembly we can do asphalting for our inner roads. We will be depending on the road minister when this one is fixed. This is a major problem. So I wish we will focus on this one, finish with this one, then we can tackle the inner roads as well.
But now that the drains also not fully fixed and all that, what is the message from the contractors to immediately finish the drains? Because you understand that when it rains, the water fills up on this road because the drains are not fully completed.
So if you can see, the drains are done, but the filling on the road are not done. So you can see the road is lower than the drain. So there's no way water can flow from the road and get into the drain. They need to do a lot of filling to get to the height of the drain so that when it rains, the water can flow from the road and then get into the drain. He has assured me that for concrete works, they've done about 90% of the concrete work. What they need to do is the filling of the road to meet the height of the drain. And then they can move all of us to that side when the asphalt is put on that side. Then focus on this one and do it as they want the other one to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. I would want to engage some of the motorists, but unfortunately, as you can see behind me, the vehicles are moving very fast and all that because of the fact that the road has been made some sort of motorable. But engaging them will be quite difficult. As of last week, if you came here, certainly you can't drive on the stretch, but the contractors are doing something and we'll be monitoring the work on the grounds, especially on the Ofankor or the Pokuase-Nsawam side of this project.
All right, grateful to you, Philip. Philip Nilate is my colleague here in the ChannelOne newsroom, reporting that contractors have returned to site on the Pokuase-Nsawam road. Hopefully they stay there and complete that all-important road project. Let's move